Pioner is an action MMORPG game where your main goal is survival and exploration. Secret Soviet underground factories, machines and labs, abandoned settlements that were inhabited by vermin and mutants. Island collapsing before your eyes. Can you survive and save the population? Continuing the trend of Souls-likes, Black Myth Wukong is another entry in the popular genre. Based on the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, players will be taking control of a monkey known only as the Destined One, who looks very similar to the titular character Sun Wukong, as they battle through a fantastical rendition of 7th century China against many supernatural beings and creatures. Multiple gameplay videos have been released for the game, showing a fluent and hard-hitting combat system with stunning visuals, all running in Unreal Engine 5, making the game set one of the first major projects to use the new engine. The Lost Wild is an immersive and cinematic dinosaur game that captures nature's adoration and horror of the most majestic monsters. Face off against dinosaurs that act like wild animals, not monsters. Explore a prehistoric wildlife where you're right in the middle of the food chain. Don't be distracted, stay alert and run. When all remedies are exhausted, run using non-lethal weapons or experience intense chase-style gameplay by trying to intimidate. Hogwarts Legacy aims to be the most immersive open-world game in the Harry Potter franchise yet. You get to live out your childhood dream of attending Hogwarts by playing a customizable character in the 1800s, long before Harry and his friends took the wizarding world by storm. Attend your favorite classes, mix potions, learn spells, and even learn to fly on a broom. Meanwhile, as you explore Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the Forbidden Forest, you will get to solve puzzles and stumble across an ancient evil that threatens everyone. Your choices will define what kind of witch or wizard you will become. Good or evil. Plus, you get to interact with several different magical creatures, so it looks like any Harry Potter fan's dream game. Given what players have had to experience and endure from Diablo Immortal, the hopes about Diablo IV are both very high and very tenuous. However, it should be noted that microtransactions won't be a part of the main progression system. It'll only be for cosmetics, which is a bonus. Sticking with the gameplay, this will be yet another adventure against the forces of evil. You'll get to pick your class and then dungeon crawl through the vast world as you try and defeat enemies, gain power, and stop the forces of evil from winning. This time you play as a native of Tir Fradi, uprooted by force from your island and taken to the continent of Gakane, where the colonists are from. In this old world ravaged by war and scarred by the Malachor Plague and the political scheming of the different factions, you need to regain your freedom and control of your own destiny. Using diplomacy, cunning or combat, as well as help from allies you make, it's up to you to end one man's ambitions of conquest, which could spell the end for the continent and your island. After nearly a decade since its last entry, the Dead Space series is making a return with a complete ground-up remake of the original 2008 survival horror classic. With a complete graphical overhaul, players will return to the RIG suit as they control engineer Isaac Clarke as he fights to survive the necromorphs aboard the derelict ship, the USG Ishimura.
Toxic hazard detected.
Hey!
Bethesda's upcoming spacefaring RPG Starfield will be the first new IP from the storied game studio will be developing in 25 years. Taking place in a faraway solar system, players will take control of a space exploration faction known as Constellation and will be able to fully customize their character's appearance, traits, and skills. Described by its director Todd Howard as Skyrim in space, players will get to explore Bethesda's most expansive world yet, with the studio touting over 1,000 planets to explore through the game's galaxy. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl takes place in the Chernobyl exclusion zone post-nuclear disaster. Decades later, radiation is still significant enough to cause harm. In this particular franchise, the radiation has led to the appearance of mutated creatures, which is where the horror elements come in. Utilizing Unreal Engine 5, Stalker 2's non-linear story should offer the tension and thrills players expect from survival games. A multiplayer mode is also coming post-launch as a free update, which is always appreciated. Resident Evil 4 is one of the most iconic and influential games of all time. Without Resident Evil 4, games like Dead Space might never have existed. Its over-the-shoulder camera even became the standard for third-person shooters moving forward. With a heavier emphasis on the horror elements, modern rendering features, and more advanced AI, the Resident Evil 4 remake could become a new gold standard for the genre.